Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Just a really weird feeling, an odd feeling. Maybe you could describe it as an ugly feeling. That's the feeling I get when I observe Trump-deranged lunatics, and especially Trump-deranged elitists, out in the wild, in their natural habitat, discussing such horrifying ideas in such nonchalant fashion, this sort of pathological default towards authoritarianism in a way. Anything's justified as long as Donald Trump gets what he deserves. These people are legitimately crazy. You can use all the fancy academic terminology in your description and analysis as you delve into the mind of these woke lunatics, these people suffering from clear Trump derangement syndrome, but you don't need any of it. You just need simple layman terms. These people are awful and it borderlines on evil, and I'm not just saying that, I'm going to show you guys exactly what I mean. I got a clip of a panel discussion on Bill Maher's HBO show that's going to leave you feeling probably the same way I'm feeling. Absolutely abhorrent and abnormal stuff. Let me show you guys exactly what I mean by that. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright folks, so I was watching the Bill Maher show as I usually do. It's a great source of content for me. We could kind of delve into the mind of the elitist political left, and this moment right here, this part of the conversation just wasn't sitting well with me at all. Take a look.
No, he actually just got this guy is the luckiest guy in the world, but Trump Social, Trump Social, it's Trump Social, but Truth Social just got permission to go public.
Right.
And so his stake, because it's a meme stock, a little like GameStop, is worth $3.5 billion right now, and it could go higher if people bid it up.
He definitely made a deal with the devil at
something.
Because he always lucks out on everything.
Yeah.
He has the best enemies. Look at Michael Avenatti, look at Fani Willis now in Georgia. The best enemies.
Right.
It helps him so much.
And Merrick Garland it all up. He's dithered now we're probably not even going to see any of the trials. He just always lucks his way into everything.
A sort of nonchalant attitude of how they speak of the Trump trials or the supposed coming Trump trials. Oh, boo-hoo. We aren't going to get our show trials ahead of the 2024 election. What am I supposed to feel bad for you? We're supposed to feel bad for these Hollywood liberal elite because they won't have their primetime partisan event where they all gather around in their lavish LA mansions, munching on charcuterie tables, drinking glasses of red wine as they celebrate the weaponization of the justice system in this massive lawfare campaign to destroy their political opponent. Frickin' Soviet style, oh poor you. This outlook, this way of speaking, honestly just doesn't sit right with me. There's something so deeply sinister about the tone of this conversation. But of course the biggest quote from the clip, he's the luckiest guy on earth. Supposedly Donald Trump's the luckiest guy on earth from their perspective. Just to show you how twisted the thought process is. Donald Trump is just lucky. The reason Donald Trump keeps getting away with it, the reason leftoids are stuck in this perpetual cycle, this endless freaking repeating cycle of we're gonna get him this time, oh the walls are closing in this time, the sort of ebbs and flows, the highs and lows, from we're gonna get him to backfire to we're gonna get him to backfire, from we're gonna get him to backfire, the endless cycle. Well, it's not because Trump just magically gets away with everything, it's because your persecution is unjust. How have they not realized it yet? They'd rather live in this fantasy where Donald Trump supposedly made a deal with the devil and that's how he keeps getting so lucky, rather than acknowledging the reality that there's no merit to any of these witch hunt charges and allegations. Doesn't take an Einstein to figure it out. You keep doing the same thing, illegitimately persecuting somebody with little to no evidence, well, you're probably going to keep meeting the same result. Total exoneration. Of course, everywhere but New York, I guess you could say. New York, where being Trump is all you need to be found guilty. Your Honor, the defendant is the evil orange man himself, Donald J. Trump. Smack of the gavel, guilty. Of course, we know that's how it works in New York civil courts, but pretty much everywhere else, the court system has granted Donald Trump the same rights as any other private citizen to appeal and defend himself, to point out and challenge prosecutorial misconduct. The Democrats aren't getting what they want in their illegitimate persecution, therefore the other guy just must be so lucky. What they're saying is Donald Trump is so lucky that he's survived the regime onslaught. Trump at this point I think has to be one of the most resilient men to ever walk this globe. Absolutely insane stuff, and now these leftist fascists are throwing a hissy fit because Donald Trump's company, Truth Social, just got the green light to go public. He's expected to make possible billions, or at least for his shares in the company to be worth billions after the launch. It's It's no surprise to anyone, it's going to be a meme stock, and meme we shall. I'm certainly going to buy the stock, I know a lot of people are, mostly to counteract the horrible actions that we've seen from you fascist leftists. Keep crying all you want, it's luck, he keeps getting away, it's lucky. No, it's not luck, and there's no corruption either. Donald Trump totally legally, once again, exercises basic business practices of launching a company and going public, and he's somehow the luckiest guy on earth. No, it's just basic business practices, and now the stock's definitely gonna balloon as probably millions of people pump funds in, not because Trump's lucky and he signed a deal with the devil, but because people are sick of the illegitimate persecution of Donald Trump. And if putting money into that stock helps Donald Trump fight you fascists in court, well then so be it. That sounds like a good cause to me. It sounds like justice, not luck or a deal with the devil. The mind of the Trump deranged, where everything Donald Trump does is part of some sinister plot. And anytime anything good happens to the former president, anytime he wins in court, it's an injustice, or he just got lucky. I don't think these people realize how insane they sound. You know, when they tell us that Donald Trump is the next coming of frickin' Mussolini. Even worse than that, he's Hitler, Mussolini, and Osama bin Laden combined, and worse than Pearl Harbor, and worse than 9/11. You know, the rhetoric's just completely insane. But then you listen to Trump and it's just a message of American exceptionalism, booming business, a roaring economy, safe streets, and closed borders.
We don't have to agree on everything, but we can agree on our nation. It has to be strong again. We need strong borders. If we don't have strong borders and if we don't have free and fair elections, we don't have a country. We don't want illegal aliens invading our country and killing our people. We can agree that we need to support our police officers. I'm going to get them immunity so that when our police officers stop crime, they're not going to be destroyed by the radical left, and get dangerous criminals off our street, and they're going to do it. We can agree that we must end Joe Biden's inflation nightmare and get our economy booming again for hardworking American families. We can agree that we need to unleash American energy. We were energy independent just 3.5 years ago, and that we are not going to ban gasoline-powered cars and mandate expensive all-electric vehicles, which are all going to be made in China. We can agree that we need to keep America out of foolish foreign wars, and we can agree that it is time to restore free speech in America. Above all, we can agree that this November, we need to fire crooked Joe Biden, the worst president in the history of our country, and turn the page on his nightmare presidency. Our country has gone to hell. We're going to bring it back, and we're going to bring it back fast.
And so the contrast is clear, and when your mind isn't fully fogged by emotional nonsense, when you observe these people in their natural habitat, it's very clear that something is deeply wrong, something is off. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.